Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Monday, the 15th of September. With the McShane, we're reading through Paul's second letter to the Corinthians today, chapter 4, which begins, "Therefore, since through God's mercy we have this ministry, we do not lose heart." And he continues and ends up saying, we go forth, setting forth the truth plainly, we commend ourselves to everyone's consciences. So he's speaking about the gospel which he's bringing to the Corinthians and to the rest of the world, setting forth this truth plainly. And then in verse 7 he carries on, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay, to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." And as I read that, I thought, what a wonderful glimpse that Paul recognizes that he's a jar of clay. And each one of us, as we do the Lord's work in whatever way, as we live our lives as Christians, however that may be, we recognize we're not perfect. We are jars of clay and we get things wrong, and it's a very tenuous situation almost. And Paul says it's so tenuous that he's hard-pressed and he's perplexed and he's persecuted, and there are all these things pressing in on him and highlighting his weakness. But he says in all of that, God still delivers him, still holds him, and he never is overcome by it. And for me, that's a great encouragement that as jars of clay, we struggle in this world. We get things wrong ourselves, and so often things stack up against us. But we keep going because this treasure we have doesn't depend on us. It's about God, and we rely on Him. And as Paul says, that this all-surpassing power is from God. And so as we live out our lives, let us continue to trust in God, to pray to God, to wait on God, and know that as we do that, His power will work through us and will touch and will change people, will bring light into situations, not because we're good at it, because we're jars of clay, but because we serve a God who can make a difference and who does make a difference. So I pray that you know the difference that God makes in your life, that the difference would be seen by people around about us as we go through our normal lives, and it'll reflect God's glory into the world. And we'll do all of this knowing that it's not about us, but this all-surpassing power is from God. And that's what we rest on. So be encouraged by that idea and know that as we walk with God, we are blessed.